Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that. I had no audio there. I'm working with some new mics and trying to get things right. Again, I apologize for having to switch over. Give me just a second. I'm going to move some lighting around so I'm not sitting in the dark here. Okay. I appreciate you coming back. That's a little better. We'll go with that for now. So I'll just start over here since none of you heard anything I had to say. Got a lot to talk about tonight. A couple hours ago, I stumbled across something on Google, doing a little breadcrumb following, if you will. I want to share that with you. Really excited about it. I'd also like to talk to you tonight about the Golden Tee 3D that's going to be coming out. I'd hope to do a little gameplay with that, but since I'm not getting any audio on my mobile device or the mobile stream, maybe we'll do that differently, more of a video instead of in the live stream. But we're going to talk about the new Golden Tee Deluxe. I also want to cover some different things as far as what's going on with my arcade. I've had a marketplace find this week. And so I'm going to fill you in on the details of that. Really exciting. Got a great deal on a couple of different things, actually. Not both marketplace, though. And then I also want to talk about perspective in the community. I got a comment from a viewer, and it was really quite negative. And so I have a different perspective on just about every point that he made in his comment. And so I want to kind of just address that. First thing I want to talk about, though, is going to be the my warranty experience. So I bought Time Crisis. I paid full price, the $750 through Shop Hippo for it. When I got it, the T molding was peeling loose. Now, it's nothing that couldn't be fixed with a little bit of glue, a little super glue or contact cement. But at $750, I thought, you know what, this needs to be right. I shouldn't be doing this. So I emailed, and their response was, well, we only cover things that are gameplay related. And I'm like, this is manufacturer defect. This is your product, and you have a giant sticker on the monitor telling me don't return it. So then they send me a highlighted copy of the warranty that says something to the effect of damage caused by end user. Well, I didn't cause that. It's manufacturer defect, and that's what I wrote back. Now, of course, anytime you're dealing with them, remember, be nice. You're going to get a lot more. You're going to get a lot more flies with honey than you will with vinegar, is what they say, right? But yeah, so I told her, I said, look, this is manufacturer defect. This is not something I did. This is not from modding the cabinet. This is your product. Well, they agreed to replace it. So they tell me that, you know what, we want to replace it for you, but we don't have any of those parts in stock. As soon as we do, we'll send it to you. A couple of months go by and I hear nothing, not a peep. So I email and I'm like, hey, let's just follow up on this, see where we're at. They say, well, we don't have it in stock yet. We'll let you know as soon as we do and get it shipped out. A couple more months go by and I email again, hey, where are we at? Where's this? Where's our part? They said, hey, we're going to have it in a couple of weeks. This is just a panel. It's not like it's a PCB or a gun or a monitor or anything like that. Well, 2 weeks go by, and sure enough, I get an email from Arcade1Up. Hey, we're shipping this. So my point behind this is, well, one, be nice with the folks at customer service. Two, don't take no for an answer. Take the time to read that warranty. It's actually pretty short warranty. And keep in mind that warranty is written by them to protect them, but also gives you express rights within it. Um, and I learned that with my Tron cabinet. I actually got a completely free Tron cabinet sent to me from Arcade One Up because they couldn't figure out how to fix the sound in it. The warranty clearly states that if they cannot uh, repair your problem within the 90-day warranty period or within 90 days of filing your warranty claim, that they'll replace that unit. I had to ask for it to be done. It's not something that they're going to offer, but they didn't argue with me. They're like, okay, sure. So for those of you who have been waiting months and months and months for a PCB for Attack from Mars, if you filed that claim for that PCB during your warranty period and you still don't have it, ask them to send you a new machine. Point out to them what the warranty says. What's the worst they're going to do? Say no. You're right where you were, but it's worth a shot. So this week we got an announcement on Golden Tee, or a leak, if you will. Announcement's a loose word, a loose term there. Golden Tee on Wayfair was originally priced like $750, $800, something like that. Golden Tee Deluxe, way too much. It is still on their website. It is now priced at $599. It appears that it is the same exact PCB that is in the Golden Tee XL, the 3D XL. For size comparison, I got out the tape measure here. According to the website, according to Wayfair, it's 61 inches high. That is the exact same height as the Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe, if you have that one. 18.6 wide, makes it pretty much the same size. It's actually just a fraction of an inch smaller than that Mortal Kombat 2. And it's 25.2 deep. And if I remember right, that was just slightly less depth than that Mortal Kombat 2. I was going to compare it with the other camera here before we had to restart the live stream, and so that's going to be a little more difficult to do now. It's currently priced at $599. Golden Tee is still a very relevant title in my opinion. It's still modern, so I think $599 is probably a fair price. However, that's also the Wayfair price, and we know that Wayfair is not always Wayfair. They're sometimes a little high. So maybe, if that goes to other distributors, like a Best Buy or something like that, maybe we could see it at $499 or even $549. At $599, you're looking at a sale price of about $450. Yeah, it's a little on the higher end, but it is nice. It does have the BOE monitor in it. Would I pick one up if I didn't own the XL? Say I had the second generation or the first Golden Tee, 3/4 scale. Yes, absolutely, I would pick it up. I have already upgraded the monitor in my XL, so for me, there's just no reason to go down in size. Where I have Golden Tee in my arcade bar area, it fits nicely. I just don't see it being a thing for me. I'm curious what you in the chat will think, and what the viewers will do. Uh, but yeah, Golden Tee, it's just not a big thing for me. I did do a little search for the XL. If it is something that you're interested in, the only place I can find it available is Nebraska Furniture Mart. So if you have one of those close to you or close enough that they'll ship, um, that might be the way to go. Speaking of Nebraska Furniture Mart, they also have Marvel versus Capcom 2 right now for $350. It's a heck of a deal. Tempest is $250 at Nebraska Furniture Mart. If you're a Tempest fan and you want to take that chance with that cabinet, that's a good price. Why do I say take that chance? That cabinet has a known issue with the encoder going bad, sometimes within a few months. So it's risky. I thought about it and I passed on it. It's got all the same games that I have on my Centipede cabinet behind me here. So it's just not worth it. So I've got a couple of comments here. Thumper Squid, you have that Atari 50. All the games is the Tempest cab. So if you had a chance to look at the thumbnail, you'll see that I posted a couple of images. Those images are screenshots I took on my phone earlier today. Pretty excited about this. I took those after doing a little Googling because I listened to the Michael B. and P-Dub stream on Monday. And Michael B. had made a comment, well, maybe we'll hear something in June. Then P-Dub says on his stream, well, I reached out to Travis, who's the community liaison, and Travis responded to P-Dub's maybe June. Well, I got to thinking a June announcement. We know that they want to announce things a little closer to release date. So if we have a June announcement and it's already on the boats, let's assume it's on its way here 2 weeks in already. That means it's going to get to the ports probably early July. It's going to take a couple of weeks to get it off the ships, into trucks, and across the country into the distributors. That would make that cabinet available mid to late July. Well, mid to late July, what do we have? We have the Olympics starting July 26th. Now, I've told you before, I think that Arcade 1-Up's going to release Track and Field around the Olympics. So I did a little Track and Field Arcade 1-Up Google search today. And what did I find? I found the Walmart placeholder for the Track and Field stool. Now, I've looked for that before and have not found it. We know that Walmart had that placeholder on there a couple of years ago, but they took it down when they didn't carry the product. But now it's back. So what does this mean? This means maybe. It means hopefully. I do hope that they've improved their buttons by the time they release a Track and Field cabinet. That's going to be a big one for us. If not, it's just something I'll have to do before I put it together, I suppose. The question is, what's going to go away to make room for it? I'm pretty excited about Track and Field. Fun game. 80s game. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Track and Field be a good one to add to your arcades? Vader saying absolutely he'd get it. Track and Field, I thought that too. I would buy. Thumper Squid. You got your buttons already. Day one, huh, Vader? Yeah, it'd be a day one for me. And I'm telling you, after last year, I think I said I was not going to buy any more cabinets until the week after Thanksgiving. Um, Everything just got marked down so low that week, and for the couple weeks following it, I just it'd be hard for me to pay full price for it, but I think I probably would. Especially at this point, when we've been in a dry spell for so long. So, um, I, I did pick up a new cabinet this week. Got a really good deal on a Pac-Man Deluxe. Now, I still have Pac-Man XL in the box that I have not put together. And the reason I haven't put it together is because I just don't know if the XL is the way I want to go, and mix it into all my 3/4. I got the 3/4 scale. It was on Marketplace. The seller had it listed for $275, which was fair. But anybody that's been watching my videos, I've been picking up a lot of stuff lately. And, well, just like most, I have a budget that I got to stick to. So I emailed the guy and I'm like, hey, can you flex on it a little bit? I figured he'd come back maybe 250 or he'd just say no. To my surprise, he came back at $225. It is new in a box, unopened. He's had it for about 6 weeks now. He said, I think he said he got it in February. Heck of a deal. It was about an hour's drive to go pick it up. It was not in a bad neighborhood, but it was definitely in a neighborhood I would have rather not been in. We'll put it that way. So I did pick that up. Nice guy. He had a boy there with him, probably eight or so, and they were excited. They were going to go get a PlayStation. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It was a good deal for me. He was happy to sell it. So the way I see it is, as long as everybody leaves the deal happy, it was a good deal. Something else that I picked up this week, I ordered some graphics for a Ridge Racer cabinet, but I don't know if I'm going to do anything with them or not yet. That's kind of something that's a slow process. So I'm not going to tell you today what those graphics are, but I will tell you, I got them from arcadegraphics.com. That is spelled PH, by the way. He does wonderful work, and right now he's got a sale, 40% off. It's a huge sale. Definitely you want to check that out if you're looking for graphics. So, did you guys pick anything up lately? Let me know in the chat what you've been up to. I'm going to kind of scroll through the chat here a little bit and see what we've got going on. Looks like we just got a couple of you talking. There's a few hanging out in the shadows, it looks like, too, though. Yeah, it was a good price. Thumper, I'll sure keep it in mind if you're looking for a Pac-Man. I've been thinking, I've got Pac-Man on so many different cabinets. I need to probably do something. I have it on my Cabaret. I've got it on my Dig Dug. Now I've got an XL. I've got a Deluxe. And then, of course, most of the Pac-Man games are also on the Miss Pac-Man. I probably ought to get rid of one. So I think what I'm probably going to wind up doing is modding. Most likely the Cabaret. I don't know. But I'm probably going to put a 60-1 in it. And I was thinking I'd turn it into a 1942. I know P-Dubs has been working on something 1942, I think, and I'm excited to see what he does. I don't want to copy him, but I'd like to have a 1942 cab. I thought that Street Fighter, that Dynamo cabinet would be great for it, but that's a horizontal monitor, and so it's going to take a little more work to set it up as a vertical. Picked up your Dragon's Lair last week, Thumper Squid. Yeah, I sold Dragon's Lair and regretted it, even though I never played it and had no nostalgia for it. I replaced it. So I've got that one sitting in a box. Yeah. Vader, where did you find your 60 and 1 board or your kit? Did you buy a kit? Did you buy a board? Did you buy it all separate pieces? Did you go through DIY Retro? I've been looking for one for a friend's cabinet that I'm going to do. And I was thinking I'd just get that kit from DIY Retro. It looks like it's got everything but the board in it for the monitor. Yeah. So I kind of want to address perspective a little bit with the community. There's some negativity in the community, and I don't know if it's necessarily meant as negative, but I have a different perspective than what a viewer had written in. And so I kind of wanted to share with this. And so he listed off about 8 things here that he's unhappy with or he sees. And I know that a lot of people see it. I just think differently. So the first thing on his list is that John D. and Scott Bacharach is gone. Well, yes, they are. And that's not going to change. But corporate change is not always a bad thing. Yes, Cyrus is young, but Cyrus is not running the company. He's got a boss. He answers to somebody. And typically with corporate change, that first year or so, you're going to ride on your coattails of your predecessor. And that time is coming to an end. So I think, by the end of 24, we should really see what old Cyrus has in store for us and whether or not he's up to the job. But I don't want to judge the guy before he's had a chance. When I say ride on the coattails of the predecessor, well, the leaked list that was out, that was John D's list. It did have track and field on it. Now we're talking about track and field. We know that John D was very much a proponent of original form factors, and we got that Dynamo cabinet. So corporate change may not be bad. Let's give the guy a chance before we judge him and see where things go. Hopefully it's not all X-Men 97. The second thing he mentioned in here is they had a debt and no one knows the outcome of it. Well, that is pure perspective or pure speculation. I've heard this over and over. Oh, they've got this huge debt. Well, they're running a multi-million-dollar company. So I would expect them to have debt. Debt is not unheard of in any business. Also, it's 100% rumor. There has been no evidence, I've seen at least, of any Arcade 1-Up official saying anything about the company having any sort of high interest debt or closed in debt that they needed to cover. I'm just going to leave it at that. Unless somebody shows me a video or audio, at least, of somebody from Arcade 1-Up discussing a debt, it's rumor. The third thing he mentioned, nothing's arrived at the port since November of 23. Well, yeah, he's right, I guess. Not counting, X-Men 97. Um, any reproduction of cabinets, such as Fast and Furious, I believe that there was a shortage of those. Didn't we have a big sale on them at Christmas time? People weren't able to get them at Best Buy, and then Best Buy resupplied. I don't know if those were in the States or not. Who knows? I don't watch the port data every day. Something could have come through. Um, but we have gotten our X-Men 97. Eh, whether you're excited for that or not, I did watch those today. They didn't really excite me in the 90s. They don't excite me today. Um, they no longer attend expos, update websites or apps with any information. Well, a lot of companies have gotten away from the expo thing. Um, I think 2020 really kind of put a stick in that, but a lot of companies have. And also, they've updated the app twice this year. So I have to disagree with you there. The fifth thing he mentions is that retailers are dumping their stock at sale prices and clearing them all out. Uh, it's first quarter of the year, and we have a product that sells primarily in the fourth quarter of the year. Store space and warehouse space are a valuable commodity, and it costs that company more to warehouse and shelve that product than they're losing by discounting it. Uh, that's just how that is. I mean, that's the retail world. Space is valuable. Um, 6, none of the spokespeople shown their face on any streams for several months. Well, why? But why do they need to? Uh, I don't see I don't see the folks at Hasbro going on every live stream out there. I don't see the folks at Sony going on every live stream out there. I don't get it. You know, why do they need to? Yes, it would be nice if we had more communication. We are passionate and excited about our hobby, but they're focused on running a business, and that's what they need to be doing, because if they're not, we're not getting anything. Um, he also wrote that retailers aren't buying up any new titles or licenses, so options will be limited. Well, we've hit a lot of the bangers out already. You know, your Trons, your Centipedes, your Pac-Man, of course. So there's not a lot coming for them to buy. Um, and it's early in the year. Give it time. They'll only release collab cabs where the other company will pay for the upfront cost and expenses to the product or expenses to produce. Well, I don't know that Disney paid for the X-Men cab to be produced. I have no idea. I doubt anybody in this community actually knows. And if they did, I would say that's pure genius. Hey, let me sell a product, and I'll put your logo on it, but you let me sell it and I make all the money, and I'll give you part of it. Sounds like a great idea to me. You're going to pay the whole bill and I'm going to make money. I don't know. So, yeah, I'm not into the theory that it's all doom and gloom. I want to be more positive. Is Arcade One Up changing? Absolutely. Every business changes. It's part of development. It's part of growth. Um, Arcade One Up is growing. The Facebook streams or Facebook groups are getting bigger and bigger. They are maybe they're Russian bots, maybe they're not. but there's new people entering the hobby regularly. Yeah, I bought a couple of Pac-Man over the last 12 months. But I really doubt that this is the community buying the 30 or 40,000 Pac-Man that they're producing every year. Those are going into new homes and new people are getting a hold of them and they are learning. They're like, hey, this is really cool. You know what it'd be nice is if I had something to go beside it. Um, I just I don't see it being a done deal for Arcade One Up. I think that they've got a long road ahead of them. I think that there's things they can do better. Um, and I think they're going to grow. Well, I'm just kind of checking over the chat here. Looks like we got Vader and Thumper just having a conversation tonight. Glad I could provide a platform for that, guys. um, so let me ask this: since I've got only two of you in the chat here, how many cabinets are you guys sitting at? And how many of those are duplicates? So, like I was saying, I've got three cabinets with Pac-Man on it. You're listening. uh, you're at six, but you've got a 60 in one of them. So does that mean you're at 66? And Thumper, you're at 14. No duplicates yet. I want my Pac-Man. That's funny. Yeah. There's a seller here that in Nebraska that just listed an ALP, or not ALP, ALU for $400, and I bought a cabinet from him a while back, and I remember him saying something about it, but I can't remember what he said, so I'm a little leery of it. I've not been a fan of the Ad Games products. I tried the Legends Mini, and I tried I don't know, it's that little deck that you have and hook the puck up to the TV, and I didn't care for either one. I had coin ops on both of them. It was slow on the Legends Mini, and on the TV, the the thumb drive that I had to plug into the puck got hot, like burn your fingers kind of hot. So I don't know. It's not interested me. I've thought about maybe going with the pinball, but that is awful spendy. $1,500 for that thing. So I don't know about that. Vader, are you putting the buy stuff mod into that Ridge Racer? I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I've been thinking about the buy stuff mod. I do have a couple of the stand up boosters coming from buy stuff for Fast and the Furious, so I'm looking forward to those. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. I thought it would last a little longer. Oh, I had planned on doing some live stream of the Golden Tee, but I can't get the mic on that to work, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Um, I guess in closing, I'm gonna keep my ears and eyes peeled for Tracking the Furious crumbs. I think that could be something, that we might get. Like I said, I've looked for that Walmart website placeholder for that stool before, and I can tell you, as of a week ago, I didn't find anything on Google for it. So I'm pretty excited to see it today. We'll see if that comes to be or not. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Uh, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Could sure use a like as well. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night.